Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are still waiting to reach a quorum, and we will begin once we have that quorum.
Hello.
Good morning, Miss Mary.
Hi. Hello. My video says I can't be on video yet because somebody didn't let me. Cannot start your video because the host has disabled it.
Mine is saying the same thing too as well.
Really?
You should be able to start it now. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Thanks. Whoops.
Okay.
Okay, yes, I'm in.
All right. Good deal.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. I've actually just been informed that our captionist is not going to be able to assist us today. So we do not have a captionist for this morning's meeting. I apologize for that, but we were just notified, or I was just notified.
Okay, greetings, everyone. Good morning. Do we have a quorum, Courtney?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. In our chairperson's absence this morning, I will start the meeting off, and our chairperson, Randall, said that he would try to join. He had a brief emergency, a sudden emergency this morning. I can't hear Mary at all. Can't hear her, and it looks like she's trying to say something. And so he's had a brief emergency this morning. So in his absence, I will be conducting this meeting today. So if we would just go straight to the agenda at this time. Courtney, if you could post the agenda, share the screen with the agenda. Yeah, I cannot hear Mary, and I notice her mute is off. We can't hear her. But I'm sure, can everyone hear me though?
Yes.
Okay, Mike can, yes, but
And it
Mary's
looks like
having,
we lost Stephen. I don't know who's trying
oh, there's Stephen, he's coming back in. I will say that in my area, the skies are looking pretty gloomy. So it could very well be some weather challenges too that's taking place. And so we have to allow Mary a minute to get, to see if she can get her audio. So let's see if we can allow her a minute. While she's trying to get her audio together, I want to go on ahead and start with the roll call. And as we can see, I will call your name and just say present. Stephen Nguyen.
Present.
Michael Billings.
Present.
Mary Tarver, we see her.
I'm here.
All right. Okay. And Hyacinth McKee, I'm here as well. And like I said, our chair will join us shortly. So if we can get the reading of the mission statement and the ground rules, I'm going to ask if Courtney would do that for us today.
No problem. And actually, I've shared it on the screen. So if you'd like to follow along with me. The mission statement for the Louisiana Developmental Disabilities Council is to increase independence, self-determination, productivity, integration, and inclusion for Louisianans with developmental disabilities by engaging in advocacy, capacity building, and systems change. Now, these are typically the ground rules that are displayed at our in-person meetings. Some of these may not be applicable to our virtual meeting, but I will read these. Members must be recognized by the chair before speaking. Be respectful of each other's opinion. Break for 10 minutes every 1.5 hours. Discuss council business in a responsible manner. Except as necessary, restrict the use of electronic communication, i.e. texting, during council and committee meetings. Silence or turn off all cell phones. Mission statement is posted at every meeting. Be on time for meetings. No alphabets. Side conversations are kept to a minimum, done quietly, and restricted to the subject at hand.
Thank you, Courtney. And so now we will move right on to the next item of the agenda, which is the review of the September 9th Executive Committee minutes. So has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes, I make a motion to approve.
So there's a motion on the floor to approve the September 9th minutes from the last executive committee meeting. Do we have a second?
Second.
See, the motion's made by Mary Tarver, second made by Stephen Nguyen. Any abstentions or objections to the motion on the floor? Hearing none, motion carried to accept the September 9th minutes of the executive committee meeting. Next item on the agenda is the review of the proposals. Now, I don't have the agenda right in front of me because my interim executive director usually has it posted. So I'm just kind of going off this memory. I'm using these new vitamins and hopefully it seems like it's working out pretty well. And so now we're going to move right on to the proposals that was received. And at this time, we have had a large amount of proposals this season. I believe I counted 21. Isn't that correct, Courtney? Okay. And so we are going to move through this process as objective as we can, as possible. We are going to allow for some discussion around these proposals at the discretion of the executive committee making the decision to do so. At this time, I am going to just say the names of it's posted on the screen, but I am going to say the names of the proposals, the categories, and the name of the organization and agencies who submitted proposals in each area that was each RFP that was requested by the DD Council. So the first section is the videos and visual materials. We received 5 proposals: Beyond Accommodations, Lighthouse, O'Neill Communications, Quillo, and Team Dynamics. In the area of employment seminars, we received 4 proposals: Beyond Accommodations, Caring Strategies, Lighthouse, O'Neill Communications. In the area of emergency preparedness training, we received 2 proposals: Niagara University, Trach Mamas of Louisiana. In the area of supportive decision-making training, we received 1 proposal, ARC of Louisiana. In the area of first responders training, we received 4 proposals: Beyond Accommodations, Interaction Advisory Group, Niagara University, Quiet Calm. The area of sexual abuse, exploitation, and relationship training, we received 3 proposals: Beyond Accommodations 1, Beyond Accommodations 2, and Team Dynamics. In Disaster Response Coordination, we received 1 proposal, Trach Mamas of Louisiana. In the area of Emergency Response Resources, we received 1 proposal, Trach Mamas of Louisiana. At this time, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Courtney, our interim executive director, whereby she is going to begin to explain how we are going to document and tally the process of the proposals.
Thank you, Dr. McKee. So as she just listed, there are quite a few proposals, and each of the executive committee members were asked to rate each proposal. So what I'm going to do is ask for each of the executive committee members to give me their section scores for each of the proposals. So each section had a list of questions, and I just need to get your scores for each of the sections.
The total, correct, Courtney? The total score for each section. So we're not going to be reading out, no audio, Mary, okay. We're not going to be reading out each score for each question. We're
Correct.
going to be reading out the total for each section. So section A has a total, section B has a total, section C has a total for each proposal that was received.
Correct. And before we begin, I just feel obligated to ask if anyone has a conflict of interest in the discussion or deliberation and selection of any of these proposals. Please let me know at this time so that we will not inadvertently include you in that conversation or in that tally. So does anyone have a perceived conflict of interest? Okay. Here we
Mary still has no audio. Mary, can you hear us? Can you hear us? So it doesn't look like she can hear us. Let me send her in the chat box. She's having, and then Stephen as well. No, but she can't hear anything. Stephen, can you hear us? Sounds like he can't hear it. It's raining by him. And I know the weather is bad. Yes. Can you talk? Can you say something? So we know that you're, unmute yourself. And public, please be patient with us. We appreciate that. There's some weather challenges here. Stephen, he can't unmute himself. He's still muted. Courtney.
Is it working?
Yeah. Okay, so we got one. So now we have to pray about Mary. She says she can't hear anything. So what she's gonna have to do, one or two things. I'm concerned that if she can't hear us.
She may need to log out and then come back into the meeting.
Yeah, I'll tell her to log out. Log out and log back in. I think that's what she did. Well, let's just give her a minute.
Okay. Well, do we actually wanted with either of you three who are still with us? Do you want to? Because I'm going to have to be getting totals on.
You can go ahead and place the tally sheet if you want. If you have a sheet, do you have a sheet that you want to share with us while we're tallying it?
Well, that is for when I have all of y'all's section scores. Then I'll be able to plug in that into an Excel spreadsheet. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you need from us now? Just the total scores?
Correct.
You
So
want us to start doing that? Okay.
if I can just get a volunteer for someone to start.
I don't have a problem with starting. I'm going to start with the section of, it's like Mary trying to log back in. I'm going to start with visual, videos and visual. Beyond accommodations.
Okay.
Okay, so section A, 36. Section B, 12. Section C, 15. Mary, are you there?
Tyson, I just got back on, but I'm not sure where y'all are.
Great,
I
that's
printed out-
great. We didn't go really far. Right now, we are sharing our total tallies for the section of video and visual materials. And so what we are asking is that each executive committee member share their total under each section for that proposal. So we're looking for the total under A, the total under B, and the total under C on the rating scale. And I know you need a minute because you jumped back on, so it's okay. And if you need a minute, take your time. We will come back to you at the very end, Mary. So this is right now, we're just getting scores out. So beyond accommodations, section A, 36, section B, 12, section C, 15. Lighthouse, section A, 36, section B, 15, section C, 12. O'Neill, section A, 45, section B, 15, section C, 15. Quello, section A, 45, section B, 15, section C, 12. Team Dynamics, section A, 36, section B, 8, section C, 12. Okay, who wants to share their visual total scores next?
Courtney, we have a question in the chat. I'm sorry, Hyacinth. It's asking, is the grading scale posted somewhere that the public can see? Is the grading scale posted?
It is. It's on the actual listing of the proposals rating form. So everyone who has access to the agenda can click on proposals received and it will bring up this document, and you can click on rating form and you can see what the executive committee has been using to provide their scores for each section.
And thank you so much, Courtney, for taking the time to stop and do that. What I am going to say moving forward is that we will not stop in the middle of a discussion with the executive committee and deliberation to answer public questions, okay? Put it in the chat box, and what we'll do is we'll type a response to the individual in the chat box if they have a question. What we'll not do is disrupt the meeting to answer questions. Okay, thank you. Who's next? Who will share their scores next?
Well, it looks like we've actually lost Mary and Stephen.
Okay, Stephen is having some weather challenges. And I know Mary's having some difficulty. I do still see her name. Mike, would you like to share your scores for visual and video? Thank you.
For beyond accommodations, section A, 40, section B, 12, section C, 14. For Lighthouse, section A, 40, section B, 15, section C, 14. O'Neill Communications, Section A, 41, Section B, 14, Section C, 15. Quillo, Section A, 42, Part B, 13, Part C, 15. Team Dynamics, Section A, 45, Section B, 14, Section C, 14.
Thank you, Mike. Mary, are you ready?
Okay, yes, I'm ready. I'm having to go back and forth because I printed out everything and I have it all here, but the score sheets, apparently I did not print out. So I have them, my notes on another page. So I'm having to go back and forth. So I'm trying,
That's okay.
talking to
That's
go back.
okay. That's all right. I'd much rather you take your time, and if you need us to come back, we will.
No,
Okay?
I'm ready now.
You're ready. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So team dynamics, I had 36 for A, then I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, they're A, B,
Yeah,
C.
yeah. A, B, C.
Okay.
That's fine. Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. Then I had 11 and 12.
Let's see. Okay, got it.
Okay, then for Quillo, I had 40, 13, and 11. For Beyond Accommodations, I had 37, 10, 12. For Lighthouse, I had 40, 12, no, I'm sorry, 40, 14, and 12. And for O'Neill, I had 37, 15, and 14.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. It looks
Okay.
like we've lost Stephen. So if it's okay, Courtney, we are going to go right on to the next section. And then when he rejoins us, we'll get his scores. Is that okay with you, Italian? Okay. So we're going to move on to employment seminars. Employment seminars. We have four in this area.
Hey, Hyacinth, we were already doing these seminars, Courtney?
Mhm.
Who was the company that we were already using?
I'm sorry, but we were not doing these
Not the
employment.
employment,
What
not
was
the employment.
the employment?
So the employment seminar activity was for chambers of commerce to be contacted and to have a seminar with them to encourage the hiring of individuals with developmental disabilities.
Okay.
Are we ready? Are we ready, folks? Sally?
Yeah, y'all have to give me a sec.
That's no problem. I'll go and we'll,
be able to see me.
that's okay. That's all right. We're gonna pace ourselves and go. This was a lot of proposals, so we are going to pace ourselves. No worries. All right, beyond accommodations. Section A, 36, Section B, 15, Section C, 15. Caring Strategies, Section A 31, Section B 12, Section C 12. Lighthouse, Section A 36, Section B 15, Section C 15. O'Neill, Section A 45, Section B 15, Section C 15. Mike, are you ready? Employment seminars.
I am ready. So beyond accommodations, section A, I have 37. Part B, I have 15. And part C, I have 15.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Mike.
You're
You're
muted.
on mute. We heard beyond accommodations. We heard beyond.
All right,
We're
got
looking
it.
for Karen. You went on
Got
mute.
it.
We're looking for
Yep,
Karen.
sorry.
That's okay.
Too much stuff piled on my computer here. For section A, I have 32. Section B, I have 13. Section C, I have 14. Lighthouse,
Wait, I'm sorry, Mike. You said 32 for section B for caring?
no, it's a 32, 12.
No. 32 for A, correct?
Yes.
32 for A. Got it. Okay.
Yes. Lighthouse, I have 40, 15, and 15.
Okay.
O'Neill Communications, I have 42, 15, and 15.
Thank you, Mike. Mary?
Okay. For beyond accommodations, I had 32. I had 13 and 15. For Lighthouse, I had 37, 14, and 15. For Caring Strategies, I had 32, 12, and 14. And O'Neill, I had 43, 15, and 15.
Okay, thank you very much, Mary. All right, I think we completely lost Stephen. Let's go on to first responders. You all let me know if we're going too fast or if we need to stop. So I don't know how I jumped to first responders. Where did I jump to first? Yeah, first responders. So let's go to first responders. Sorry, Courtney, I don't know how I jumped around it like that. Beyond accommodations, section A, 36, section B, 12, section C, 12. Interaction Advisory Group, section A, 45, section B, 15, section C, 15. Niagara, section A, 36, section B, 15, section C, 15. Quiet Calm, Section A 27, Section B 6, Section C 9. Okay, Mike, are you ready for first responders training? You're on mute, Mike. It's okay. You're probably talking down. We can't hear you.
Sorry, I had to find the right stack of papers.
Take your time. We have time. No worries.
First responders, beyond accommodations, section A, 40, section B, 13, section C, 13. Interaction Advisory Group, section A, 42, section B, 15, section C, 15. Niagara University, 40, 15, 14. Quiet Calm, 40, 15, 14.
Mary, are you next? Are you ready?
I am, I think. Hold on. Okay, beyond accommodations was 37, 13, and 14. Interaction Advisory Group, 42, 13, and 14. The Niagara University was 37, 15, 13. Quiet Calm was 40, 14, and 14.
Okay. Moving to back to where we were, emergency preparedness training. We have two in this area. Section A, Niagara, Section A 45, Section B 15, Section C 15. Trach Mamas, Section A 36, Section B 15, Section C 15. Mike, are you ready?
Yes, I'm here. Niagara University, I had 45 on section A, section B, 14, section C, 15, and Trach Mamas, section A, 40, section B, 15, section C, 14.
Mary, are you ready?
Okay, Niagara University, I had 44, 14, and 15. And Trach Mama, I had 37, 15, 15.
All right, sexual abuse relationship training, sexual abuse exploitation and relationship training. Team dynamics, section A, 45, section B, 15, section C, 15. Beyond accommodations, section A, 36, section B, 12, section C, 12. Beyond accommodations 2, section A, 36, section B, 12, section C, 9. Mike, are you ready?
I am ready. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Beyond wait a minute, I'm out of order here, I think. Beyond accommodations 1, I have a score of 38, 13 on section B, and 13 on section C. Beyond accommodations 2, on section A, I have a score of 38. On section B, a score of 12. On section C, a score of 12. On team dynamics, part A, 42, part B, 15, part C, 15.
Mary, you ready?
Okay. Maybe this is the one I wrote the note. Did we have these people doing the, this, sexual abuse, meetings across the state?
Correct. This has been a 2-year activity already.
Okay. And who was doing that?
Team dynamics.
Okay.
And actually, while I have the floor for just a moment, we were contacted by Elevatus Training and advised that Team Dynamics had been using their material in their trainings without their permission. However, I believe that has now been rectified, and Team Dynamics has agreed to change their curriculum so that it is 100% genuine.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. The beyond accommodations 1, 36, 14, and 14. Beyond accommodations 2, 36, 12, and 14. And then team dynamics, I had 40, 40, sorry, 14 and 14.
Okay, all right, moving on to the next section. We have disaster coordination response. We have Trach Mamas in this category, and so we'll go with the scores with Trach Mamas. Trach Mama, section A, 45, section B, 15, section C, 15. Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready. Part A, 45, part B, 15, Part C, 15.
Mary, are you ready for disaster coordination response?
Yes, okay, I had 44, 15, 15.
Thank you. Now we'll go to emergency response resources. Trach Mamas, Section A, 45, Section B, 15, Section C, 15. Mike,
Yes, Section A, 45, Section B, 15, Section C, 15.
Mary,
Okay, I had 44, 15, and 15.
thank you. Supported decision-making, the Arc of Louisiana, Section A, 45, Section B, 15, Section C, 15. Mike,
Sorry, I had it mixed in with another group there. Arc of Louisiana, Section A, 42, Section B, 15, Section C, 15.
Mary,
Okay, I had 45, 15, and 15.
okay, at this point, we don't have Stephen on the line and we've been not able to get him. So
Stephen
need-
messaged me privately that he's having internet issues.
he's having internet issues. I figured that the weather's pretty bad. So executive committee, we are going to have to make a decision on how to best move forward because we are missing data from Stephen. And in all fairness to the applications that have been submitted for proposals and the work that Stephen has put into for scoring, I may need to entertain a motion to reconvene this meeting. If there's any discussion about this, I would discuss it after a motion.
Are we talking about reconvening in an hour or so or on another day?
Well, the motion would have to be made. We are at a deadline where we need to get these contracts, we need to determine who gets the, what entity gets the contract, and then we have to get them out. And we have a deadline that's like now. But we recognize that not all executive committee members were present to provide their data. So we can entertain a motion to go with the data that's collected in front of us and make the decision that way, or we can entertain a motion to reconvene and get the, go ahead, Mike.
I would like to make a motion that we take a break and reconvene at 11 a.m.
Okay,
Stephen resolves his issues or that Randall's able to join us.
okay,
It was a lot of reading and a lot of
yes,
scoring, and I think everybody's input needs to be included that's available. And, I looked at radar and, there's storms in that area and maybe in the, give an hour, maybe it clears and he can connect. And if not, at 11 o'clock, we can make a decision then.
so your motion is
My
to
motion is
make your motion?
My motion would be to reconvene at 11 a.m. to gather additional input from other members if they are available.
Do we have a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Okay, motion on the floor to reconvene the meeting at 11 o'clock, made by Mike Billings, seconded by Mary Tarver. Any objections? Any abstentions? Hearing none, motion carried. Meeting will reconvene at 11 a.m. Thank you.
I'll message Stephen and let him know.
Okay, thank you so much. See you at 11.
Ebony, can you please stay on? Thank you.